Alright, so we're gonna make some Oyakodon right now. This is gonna be my second time ever making it alone, and it's sort of gonna be a revenge match because the first time I made it, I slightly burned the eggs, and even though, my girlfriend was actually very happy, she even cried a little bit that I made food for her because I don't cook very much at all. Um, Even though she did that and cried, she still said it was okay. Just okay. And I agree. I feel like when I ate it, there was definitely some stuff missing, and the way I made it the first time was definitely not the best way. And now I feel like after reviewing some footage that I took of my friend making it the first time I learned it, I think I can do it better this time. So let's go ahead and do it. So let's start off as usual. I'm gonna make this one a lot quicker as well by pausing a lot, or not pausing a lot, but like by just skipping ahead and stuff. So we're gonna do the rice. So 180 right here, and then clean it up, and that's the first step. Okay, so this time I think I have the right amount, so 180. But let's talk about ingredients real quick since that is kind of important. So everything we have is the most important: chicken thighs, and then we have 3 eggs. Technically we could just use 2, but we're gonna use 3. And then we have sugar, soy sauce, mirin, and a little bit of sake. And that's pretty much it. We have the pots and, oh yeah, onion. We'll get that later. But let's start off with the rice. So this is 180. You can see it. There's like a label. I think it's like milliliters. So basically all I do is pour it in here and clean it up. Um, I think most people know how to clean up rice other than myself a few weeks ago. So yeah, let's do that. I guess just in case you're like me a few weeks ago, all you need to do is add water and then basically get rid of the water. And you'll see that it's not very like transparent. It's pretty like milky, I guess, like a somewhat milky white color. And that's because the rice is not very clean. Once it becomes a transparent color when it comes out, that's when you know it's clean. Okay, I've done it about 4 to 5 times now, and as you can see, the water is definitely clearer compared to before. So let's just drain this out, and the next step is to add like some water, and then we'll put it in the microwave. So we want to add about 200 milliliters of water. It's this looks pretty solid, 200 milliliters. Um, since we added 180 milliliters, that's like the amounts that are recommended based on the guide that my girlfriend sent me for how to make rice using this method. Um, I guess I've never known about this method until recently, and it's basically just how to make rice with a microwave instead of a rice cooker, because we do not have a rice cooker. So this is the method that we're going to do. Okay, this time around, I'm remembering to put a plate because it does get water over the place if there's no plate. So we're gonna go for 500 watts according to the instructions and do it for 6 minutes. And after that, we do it for 200 watts at 12 minutes. So let's start this and start cutting onions. All right, so we are microwaving the rice while we do everything else basically. And I actually watched or did some research online, and they said to wash the onion before you peel it. And I guess it's just for like bacteria purposes, just like cleaning it off, like just in case after you peel it, like some of the bacteria somehow remains. Don't know how true any of that is. I'm just gonna do it just in case. I feel like it doesn't do harm. So just gonna cut the top off. And the last time we did this, we kind of got rid of some of the greener parts. But I think this time around, if we see them, we're gonna keep them because we don't want to waste. And I also looked it up online, and you can also eat them even if it is slightly greener. Um, they're used as garnishes, or I don't even know what that means, to be honest. But yeah, let's just peel this thing. All right, it has been peeled for the most part, and I honestly feel like I could peel this green part as well, but let's just use it. I think it'll be fine. But we don't need the full onion. I believe I said to use only a third of it or a fourth, but because I'm making this for 2 people, we'll use more or less half. So we'll use this right here, and because it's Oyakodon, we can have like bigger pieces in general. So that's what we're going to do, just use the big pieces and not worry too much about cutting them too small. And then we have these little things that are connecting it. So I'm just going to take them off so that it's split up. I'll put it in the pot right now as well. But these are definitely bigger pieces, but I think it's okay. This one is a little too big, I feel. But I like these striped things right here. They kind of look like the actual Oyakodon part. And I just feel like a need or a desire to cut this green part out. I'll use it, but I don't want it to be like stuck with the other parts. But let's just finish this off. Alright, so now that we have all the onions on the pot, we are going to add pretty much everything. I remember seeing in the video of my friend making it, she already turned on the heat, but I'm going to add everything first, just because last time I feel like I burned the soy sauce by accident, and I don't want to repeat that, basically. Okay, so I just set it to 12 minutes now for 200 watts. Okay, so teaspoon, tablespoon, stuff like that, don't know, but I remember my friend used a spoon of this size. And it says 1 of this, so we're going to do 2 since we're making it for 2 people instead. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but that's what I'm going to do. So that's 1, and this is now 2. And I wanted to do it this way with the onions in there first because I wanted to like splash it on the onions. That's pretty much the only reason why I wanted to put it in first. I don't know if that does anything, but like here's mirin now, mirin instead of soy sauce. So I believe it also said the same amount as the soy sauce. If not, oh well. And then finally we have sake. And for sake, it said only 1 tablespoon. So let's go ahead and do only 1. Well, it said 1/2, so we're gonna just do 1 to make it for 2 people. I might do a little bit less. Let's see. Be careful with this. Oh my god, it's not like, oh, okay. Okay, that's enough for me. This thing is like oddly really slow. Okay, and then sugar is the last thing, and it also said half, so we're going to do a full one. Might be a bit much, so let's try to aim for 3/4. And I don't think we need this spoon anymore. So we got the sugar here. This time it's not the crunchy version. This looks like half to me. And then that looks good enough. But this time I'm gonna actually taste test it along the way. So now we can turn that on. So we got the heat going, and now we basically just let it cook for about, I think it said 3 minutes on a medium to high. Actually, it's 2 minutes, and we're forgetting the water. So for water, it's at 80 cc, which apparently means milliliter. So we're just gonna add right about, there's 100, so let's just go for 100. And that looks more right to me now compared to back then. Back then it looked like way too little. like liquid in there. So let's turn up the heat again, and let's time for 2 minutes. And I'm also going to be trying to like splitting the onions a bit more, because I kind of didn't do that very well when I put it in. And yeah, it looks so much better already, like just the amounts that I'm using compared to the beginning. And my friend's video also showed a similar amount, and I'm using a slightly different pot as well. This one's a bit more like less width and more, or less circumference and more like similar volume but more height. Okay, so yeah, we're just splitting the onions and waiting for it to cook. It's been almost a minute now. Okay, I turned down the heat. It's been 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna do a quick taste test. Like, okay, that's like so small. Okay, a little bit more. I know I probably shouldn't use a metal spoon. I think there's too much soy sauce. It tastes a little, it doesn't taste sweet enough. So I'm gonna actually add more meat in, hard to say, but just slightly more, not too much more. I think we might have added a little bit too much soy sauce. Okay, hopefully that addition does something. But I know this is the element that makes it a bit more sweet. So, and my girlfriend mentioned that Oyakodon is supposed to be a little bit sweet, so that was a bit too much soy saucy, I think. Not sure, I'm very inexperienced, but that's what my gut tells me. I'm just gonna follow it. And after it simmers again, we're just gonna add on the chicken. All right, it's definitely simmering, so let's go ahead and add on the chicken. Just gonna open this really quickly and basically dump it all in, because serving for 2, but if it's just for 1, then it's half a sheet according to the ingredients list. It's not the most effective way of doing this. I'm still such a beginner. Okay, it's fine. Okay, and that was already pre-cut, I believe. It seems pre-cut, so I'm just gonna, yeah, it's pre-cut, luckily. I'm pretty sure I bought it right. And then now I'm just mixing it in, spreading it out a bit more. Earlier I was also mixing the everything around, because maybe it was a little bit too soy saucy, because maybe like the onions trapped the soy sauce near the middle. I don't know. But mixing it hopefully helps, especially after putting in extra meating. But now it says to just cook this for about 3 minutes. So let's just go ahead and do that. Actually, while it cooks a little bit, I will set up these eggs. I actually just started a timer when I paused, because, yeah, got to do that more often. But yeah, let's go ahead and crack these eggs and whisk them. Make sure the trash can is nearby. Okay. But that was not good. Let's do it again. Bit better. Nice. And this time we're not going to forget to just do 2/3, because we're just going to crack 2 eggs. Maybe, no, it seems more efficient to just crack all of them, but you're only supposed to put in 2/3 of the eggs initially. Yeah, I just feel like cracking all of them. It seems like a hassle to crack the last one later. Got a little shell in there. Let's grab that out. Before we do that, let's actually be attentive and make sure the chicken is cooking correctly by moving it around and flipping it. Looks good. Everything looks better, which is really good so far. yeah, the liquid level is definitely like, it just looks so much more right compared to back then. Okay, that was about 2 minutes. So 1 more minute for that. We'll just wait because it might take a little bit longer. But let's go ahead and get this eggshell out. Alright, so let's use this spoon real quick. Yeah, okay, nice. Easy peasy. Okay, let's try to use this spoon to whisk. Or is it better to use... Yeah, this isn't working. I'm gonna use chopsticks like I usually do. I think the chicken is almost done cooking. I think we just needed to break the yolk, actually. Okay, I just gotta remember 2/3, not the whole thing. That is a very important step to make this look a bit more like Oyakodon. Looks good enough. Okay, I turned down the heat just to check on this real quick. I want this to be cooked more or less thoroughly. Everything looks pretty good, I think. I think it looks, for the most part, mostly cooked. There's still a little pink areas. So let's turn up the heat a little bit and let it go for maybe another like 30 seconds or so. I'll try to make sure the pink spots are closer to the steel or whatever material this is, metal. Alright, everything's looking pretty solid. I think it just took like an extra minute or so. And now we're gonna add only, keep emphasizing this, only 2/3 of these eggs. I don't know how to measure that, but I'm gonna try my best. So maybe like right there. Okay. And it says to mix it with chopsticks so that it's like mixed through the whole thing. And then we cover it for 30 seconds. And last time I think we didn't have enough liquid, so it kind of like just stuck to the walls and everything. But this time we have enough liquid, so it definitely looks way more like Oyakodon. Okay, I think I mixed it through quite well. And let's cover it. This time, right pot with the right lid. And we're just gonna do this for 30 seconds. I'm actually gonna use this timer, but it should be medium, so let's go up a little bit more. So we have this, and we're gonna put this at the end, is what it says, and let it cook for medium a little bit. And we need to clean up. We're a little messy. We don't have the technique yet. But for the amount, I'm still gonna do 30 seconds because I don't want it to burn like whatsoever. So it's almost been 30 seconds. I'm using the phone's recording to let me know. But okay, that should be good enough. Okay, it does look good enough to me. And this time, there's no burning, which is excellent. And I believe now we add the last third of the eggs. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit first. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Just add it a little bit evenly, I guess. Alright. And it says simmer at medium heat until half cooked. You see, I don't know what that means, so I'm not sure what to do exactly. So I'm just gonna turn down the heat a little bit and just make sure that the egg parts aren't like raw. Like this area is pretty raw, I believe. Also really don't want it to burn again. It's like my #1 thing, and it is sort of getting there, so I think I might just not risk it. Unseal this bottom part, let it cook faster, and then I turn off the heat. because it does look pretty good to me. Everything looks pretty solid compared to back then, or the first time. All right, let's turn it off. And I think we're done. This is my second try on the Oyakodon, and it feels so much better already. Just reviewing my footage from the first time and the instructions from my friend the first time I was taught how to make this thing. So yeah, hopefully my girlfriend is a lot more satisfied with this. Let me get the rice real quick actually, and we can show the final results. All right, so here's the rice, and it was done cooking I think a few minutes ago. Ooh. But let's just check it out. It looks pretty solid. Maybe a little, well, it looks solid. Yeah. A little on the moist side maybe, but usually it needs a little cooling. But let's just add everything right now and eat it, because this is gonna be lunch for my girlfriend tomorrow. She is currently at a work thing, so yeah, let's do it. All right, I'm not entirely sure how to. I'm just gonna do it like this, but let's hope we do this properly. There's still some liquid on the bottom. It looks pretty solid. Trying to eat too much of it. Okay. Which looks like half, yeah. Okay. All right, this is it. This is my second try on the Oyakodon, and basically a quick, or not quick at all, 20-minute tutorial of how to do it as a beginner, if you're a beginner like me and want to also make it in a similar way, I guess. Okay, that's it for this one. I feel like this was, what? You know what? Wait, we're forgetting like the most important thing. We have to try this. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. I'm trying to get the food on my phone. Okay. Not bad. It obviously tastes better when it's hot as well, because it got a little cold and we had to microwave it the first time around. Yeah, but I think it tastes a lot better than the previous time. Like, it tastes sweeter for sure. There's more flavor in general. I'm pretty happy with this. It looks a lot better. Tastes a lot better. All right. I think the revenge match has been a success. Catch you guys in the next one.